Alright guys, welcome back to the J.O.P channel, and today I got another movie I'm talking about. As you guys know, I'm a big horror fan. Got the Michael shirt on, I'm repping out here. I watched a new horror movie recently released on Netflix. I know that doesn't give anybody any hope, but it is Fear Street Prom Queen. It is the fourth movie in addition to the Fear Street trilogy that came out a couple years ago. And so, yeah, I love the first three movies. I was super excited when I heard this one was coming out. And of course, if you don't know, these movies are based off a book series written by R.L. Stine, who also wrote the Goosebumps series. And I read Goosebumps, but I have not read any of these books, and I didn't even know these books were a thing before these movies actually came out. Still haven't read any. Might get my head in one of those. I don't know, but I've been low-key slacking on reading, other than what last thing I read was the Invincible comics, and I grinded through those. Great comic book series if you looking for a new comic book to read. But yeah, I mean, let's just get onto the movie. To start this off, huge disappointment. I'm just going to get that off the chest. What were you thinking with this movie, guys? I feel like you put no effort into this. You just want to make money off of an IP that generated some hype in the first three movies. Because the first three movies, like, yeah, obviously every movie has their own flaws, but the storytelling and the way they told that story, I feel was so interesting and kind of unique to that time. Especially, it was split up in three movies, and they didn't have too far of release dates from each other. So it could have been like, and you didn't even have to wait that long to binge them because it was only like maybe months apart. But this storytelling is just sloppy, lazy. I mean, it's just a simple horror movie. I'll tell you what the plot is real quick. So basically, it's an outcast girl that is trying to run for prom queen all of a sudden, try to have her voice be known. Well, obviously, the most people that run for prom queen are kind of the popular people in school. So she's going up against these mean girls, these plastics. And then there is a killer that starts going on a spree, taking out the prom queen candidates one by one. And yeah, that's like kind of a cool concept, having it focus around prom and everything, but it's just sloppy. It's lazy. I mean, they could have added more, done more with the characters, but no. They don't make you feel a single thing. They don't make you feel a single emotion. It's just a cheesy horror movie. And at some points, I think they are self-aware, but I don't know. They could have just added more depth to these characters, because once they started dying, most of these characters we barely even seen on screen, maybe for a couple seconds. And I was like, okay, I don't know why I would care if this person died or not. And then I was hoping, okay, screw the characters. Maybe they'll have some cool kills, some cool deaths. No, it's too much CGI blood, and they don't even have the budget for it, really. And that kind of shows. And it bothers me because obviously they're trying to stretch their budget and not outsmart it, when they could just use it, like have smart kills instead of gory CGI blood that just makes it look fake and kind of takes me away from the movie. I'm not usually one that's like CGI kills are terrible, takes me away from the movie. But when it's a movie like this and it has no story for me to be even connected with it or anything, I'm connected to no characters, not even like the main character or her best friend, the side character. I don't really care about anybody. It's just, there's no point in me watching these movies if the characters are bad, the story's bad, the kills are bad. It's just lazy writing, and like I said, they were just trying to make more money off of the IP that did decently well when the first three movies were released. And like I was saying, don't even get me started with the characters, because, I mean, they're so one-dimensional. I mean, obviously, the jocks are just jerks. The prom queen and, like, the plastics, like I was just talking about, their only personality is being popular or just staying by a friend because they're so popular and they're just getting clout off of them. We've seen that done in so many movies. I mean, you literally hear me referencing the Mean Girls how many times throughout this video already? Like, that's what I'm saying. They just take so much from other movies that are actually good and kind of just integrate them in here. And it makes me like the movie less. Like, this movie just, it grinds my gears a lot because I'm such a big fan of the original trilogy. Now, maybe if you're not a fan of those, you'll like this more. Or maybe if you haven't watched those first three movies, you'll like it a little bit more. But it's just not a good movie overall. I mean, they obviously the best friend of the main character. She's just the stoner horror gal. Doesn't really get any screen time to develop that. That's all she stays throughout the movie. And obviously, the outcast girl has kind of the development of, oh, she's basically integrating herself with these plastics so much she's becoming a mean girl herself. We've seen that done over and over and over again. It's just with this movie, there's blood and people dying around her, or around just them in general. But like I said, those scenes aren't even really cool. It's just stupid deaths, stupid things happening. And honestly, I know a lot of people said, the look of the killer's cool. Not really. The only cool thing is like the red raincoat or whatever he's wearing. And then the mask is just simple. It's something I could go out and buy at Party City right now or whatever, Spear Halloween. I could just go buy it. I mean, they could have done something more with the mask, use smarter kills, because they should have just tried to outsmart their budget like I was saying previously. And then if they didn't want to do that, just at least add depth to these characters. Make me care for them. Make me care. So when I watch these characters die, I actually feel some type of emotion and I'm invested in this movie. But they do not do that. Like I said, I just have a big problem, bro, because when you take a product basically of something I really loved in the beginning and you just throw something out there lazy, not really caring, just trying to make some money, and then it's just bad, it makes me angry because I see movies as kind of a piece of art. And when someone doesn't care about that art, it's not going to be as good. And then why give it out to the world? Just to make money? I mean, I know it's a business too, but I don't know. Movies like this that are just thrown out there, lazily put together, it just makes me so angry. And that's why I kind of had to make a video about it. Now, I guess I do kind of have a couple good things to say. Not a lot. But there are a couple shots in the movie that kind of take from the old 80s movies. And I really do enjoy that. It just kind of gives me some nostalgia. Now, it's not used a lot, so it doesn't really make the movie that good. Or even if they did just use old kind of techniques from the 80s that were used in these horror movies, that wouldn't have made the story good either. So it's a compliment. I can't just be dogging on this movie. Someone did make it. Someone put their hard work into it, even though it doesn't feel that way to me. But maybe, I don't know. I wasn't there. I didn't make this movie. So I kind of do have to give props where it is due. And there are a couple scenes that are shot, which I did enjoy. And I did enjoy seeing like Phantasm 2 in the movie theater, even though that's just right in front of my face. And kind of one of the only times they put that 80s nostalgia factor kind of in the movie. Because, like I said, it's just a simple movie. They don't even really focus on the 80s except maybe the clothes. I honestly, I can't even tell you remember seeing a car or not in that movie. So, yeah, I'm just trying to give props where props is due right now. So, yeah, and unfortunately, I think that's the only good thing I have to talk about this movie. I mean, it's not a terrible movie. I do have to say my enjoyment of the first three films probably made me hate this movie so much more. And I don't know, it just didn't really feel like a Fear Street movie to me. All these other movies, like it shows that it's kind of like a possession type thing, supernatural kind of thing. While this, it's just a normal, simple slasher, like I've said probably a million times throughout this video. And it just sucks. Even the ending is so predictable. everything in this movie is predictable. So maybe if you want to go into this movie with some friends, turn your brain off, have fun with it, I guess you can. It's kind of more of a movie where I would watch with friends just to make fun of it. So yeah, I mean, let's just get to my final thoughts and conclusion. So yeah, obviously, I didn't like the movie. If I had to rate it out of 10, I would put, I'll give it a gracious 1.5 out of 10. I was thinking 1, but that seems a little steep down there. So yeah, just a 1.5 for me. Do not really recommend this movie, especially if you enjoyed the original Fear Street trilogy. Don't watch this movie. It's just going to make you angry all the way throughout. I mean, there's just really no aspects, no connectivity of it. And I'm not saying there had to be, but I mean, it just didn't feel like a Fear Street movie. And I really hate that, because that's why I like the original movie, because the different feelings they had, kind of like the supernatural and the slasher, kind of bringing them together. Was honestly like one of my favorite parts about the trilogy. But no, they just didn't do that this time. They just wanted to put something out there. I mean, how long ago was this movie released now? Or not released, but at least announced. I feel like a long time, right? And then this comes out. So yeah, that's all I kind of had to talk today about. Don't recommend that movie, but if you want to have a stupid movie to make fun of with your friends, go ahead and do that with this. But yeah, I am probably signing off for the day. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and if you enjoyed my content overall, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. Thank you very much. You guys have a great time until I post my next video. Who knows when that will be. See you guys in the next one.
Thanks for watching J.O.P. Like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications.